Okay, Dana, do you want to come on up? We have Dana Kirchmar. Dana is my rocket scientist client. I love to say that. That's just my favorite thing to say. Every time I introduce Dana, I always say, oh, she's my rocket scientist client. And she literally is. She's worked on rockets. She's worked on like these super fast planes that are faster than anything that's out there. And Dana, welcome. I love having you come up here. And it's been a fun journey with you, and it's you are going to be doing some really big things for girls in tech. So this theme of technology is interesting. I'm just totally catching that we've got a theme of technology running on today's, and so let's just start with tell us what your message is, because I fall in love with your if the whole world could hear one message from you. What is it?
So my message is I believe that in order to involve more girls and women in STEM education and STEM careers, we have to stop asking them, are you good at math? But instead ask them, what are your interests and what are the problems that need to be solved?
Yeah. Yeah. And so I love this because every time you hear talking about girls and STEM careers, right? It's always like, well, they think they're not good at math. And are you good at math? So it's changing this conversation. What's the conversation you really want them to be digging into? You've had some opportunity recently to be taking that message out to young girls. Tell us a little bit about that.
So one of the questions that I've been asking is what kind of things do you like to do? What do you do in your spare time? And then I love coming up with, well, did you know that being a pastry chef is a STEM career? Did you know designing a skateboard park is a STEM career? So I like opening things up more than thinking just about being in a lab coat and being a scientist.
Yeah. And I think that's brilliant, because it's like they can start thinking about things that they're passionate about and can start to see things through a different lens, right? Yeah. So such a powerful message. One of the fun things that you and I got to do early on this year, before all this COVID piece, was to have a full day VIP strategy session together where we mapped out your whole year and this plan that you're moving towards. And this is a plan. You are on a journey to get to this place of launching this company. You've been writing your book. You have a very methodical plan of what pieces are coming in place. And then 2020 happened, right? I mean, it was 2020 happened, and you want to expand on that at all?
2020 happened big to me. So, first of all, I have a corporate job. I work for a startup company, so that's a pretty big job. But I have a dream and a passion of things that I want to do. So Kami and I had gotten together and put together a 1-year plan. And then I got COVID in April. I was very sick for about 6 weeks and just got back on my feet and found out that my cancer had recurred. So it's been a crazy health year for me. But in the middle of the year, I had the opportunity to go back with you and look at the plan that we had put in place for the year. And even though I had been really sick and had missed out on a lot of time, I was on track with things that we had put in place. So having that plan at the beginning of the year, even though things, kind of took me by surprise, I was able to stay on track.
Yeah,
and
you were.
And I'm still on track.
You're still on track. And your book is unfolding, and it's super exciting. Can you share the title of your book?
I can. So the title of my book is Healing a Broken STEM.
Yes.
And I am the broken STEM.
And healing the broken STEM.
And I've been healing it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the last 3 years have been all about healing.
Yeah. And it's really, when you go back to what prompted all of this was not the corporate job that you have today. The corporate job you had before was kind of chewing you up and spitting you out, right? And the job that you're in now is a really beautiful pathway into. It's giving you big stages to be on. It's giving you profile and contacts with people that are going to be really important part of this business model that you're building.
Absolutely.
And that's a super exciting piece of this. And where was I going to take this? So this pathway that you're going on in your this healing from this very difficult position and where you had no life, right? There was, you weren't living a life that was taking care of you.
Correct. Yeah.
And what's the message you're going to want to give to these young girls who are stepping into STEM careers? Because you are passionate about making this open up to women in STEM. What do you want them to know?
I want them to know that it's possible to have a really cool career, but you don't need to lose yourself in the process. You need to pay attention to the things that make you who you are. I stopped playing the piano. I stopped skiing. I stopped reading books. And that was really what I was, the substance of what I was. And when I unexpectedly lost my job, I lost my identity, and finally I had the opportunity to realize that the rest of that is important, as important as having a great career.
Yeah, and I really do appreciate this very well thought out. Okay, this is where I'm going. This is the journey I'm going to be helping young women in their early STEM careers. She's got a very clear model around it. The types of companies she wants to be working with, the types of people she wants to be bringing into this. And I love the fact that you're taking your time and building your message, writing your book, getting that story told, building the pieces of your business so that when you do make that transition, you have all of these platforms. And more importantly, you have the relationships, and you've already been on those big stages with this message that this corporate job puts you on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I think it's brilliant. I think it's a really brilliant strategy.
The book is going to be really the kickoff to everything, because it's a cool story of the things that I've gotten to do in my career, but it's also, don't do this.
Yeah.
It's a do this, but don't do this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. So one last question for you. How has been being part of the mastermind, our coaching work together, our work one-on-one, all that sort of thing? How's that helped you?
Well, I say this frequently, that you have changed my life, both personally and professionally. When I lost my job, you were the first person that I called, and we had a coaching session the very next day. And you have made me believe that I can make my dreams come true. So that's my work with you. All of the amazing women that have come into my life through you are another big part of it. And the mastermind group is so supportive. Some of my best friends are in the mastermind group. And it's when I was sick, I was actually quarantined in my bedroom for 14 days. And the messages that I got from people and the support that I got just from being in the mastermind group, it's more than just a brain trust. It's a heart trust as well. And it's awesome. Really, really special people.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, honey.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay.